Now, to get started on your journey to create videos for a YouTube automation channel, I'll provide you a brief overview of exactly what it'll require. You have two options. You can either handle everything on your own, or then you can consider outsourcing the tasks if you want to. Now, throughout this, I will equip you with tutorials covering both aspects, so you won't necessarily need to hire anyone if you want. You could do it all yourself. However, if you do decide to outsource, it's still absolutely vital that you understand all aspects of this business, because you can't really outsource something that you don't understand yourself. Otherwise, how are you going to verify that they're doing a good job? So you need to start with mastering it first, and then you can decide whether you want to do it and spend your sweat equity, or you're going to outsource it. But at that point, you'll understand it, so you can make sure you're getting good work for a good price. Now, outsourcing might entail hiring other people from different countries, like say the Philippines, for example, or, places like onlinejobs.ph, Fiverr, Upwork, and the list goes on and on. Later in this course, I'll delve into specific details of how you can actually outsource, which can be particularly beneficial as your channel grows, even if you don't decide to do it in the beginning. It's something that you need to understand, because trust me when I say, and it is a good problem to have, but as your channel grows, it will require a lot more effort and a lot more time on your part, while you're increasing, obviously, the ad revenue and the different streams of income that you can make on that. So at that point, you will want to outsource specific tasks so that you can buy back your time and focus on the important things that you need to do that you can't be replaced with, right? So outsource things like thumbnails, visuals, audio, like you get the picture. Now, for those of you that prefer the do-it-yourself approach, rest assured, this course will break down all of that, the required software, the strategies, the efficient techniques, so that you can achieve everything independently as easily and as quickly as possible. You'll be able to create high-quality videos that are capable of being monetized through a YouTube automation channel without relying on external assistance or outsourcing. But again, I want you to understand both aspects so you can choose the route, right? Not that you're pinpointed to one. That way you have the option to go back and forth if you want to. After all, it is called a YouTube automation channel. Now, let's break down the three fundamental elements that you'll need to create for all of your videos. The process is quite straightforward. First, you'll need a script for your video content. Secondly, you'll then need a voiceover, right? Somebody narrating and reading that script. And finally, you'll require the video graphics to complement the script and complement the audio and turn it into an engaging visual video that people are going to watch. Now, once you have all three of these components in place, you can combine them and craft the video that's ready for upload to your YouTube channel. Regarding video scripts, there's multiple approaches to creating them, right? So you can either write your own, you can hire somebody to do it for you on somewhere like Fiverr, or you can explore other methods like we will in this course in a future specific lecture. Now, similarly for voiceovers, you have options, right? As you will with all of these. You can hire a voiceover artist, again, on Fiverr or any of the other websites we reference. You can do the narration yourself and just use a microphone to record it. Or you can even utilize text-to-speech software for automated narration, which I will kind of steer you away from. You can get away with it in the beginning. We'll cover all that and more in a future lecture, more in depth. But again, I just want you to understand the different nuances and different options available to you. Now, each of these approaches will be explored in detail in the coming lectures, so you don't need to master them. This is just kind of giving you an overview. So now let's touch on video graphics. Now, although we'll delve deep into this in future lectures, here's a brief overview of exactly what it is and how you can do it to help you understand what's involved. Some of the main approaches here are Creative Commons videos, which can be available on YouTube. These are videos with licenses that are allowed to use publicly. However, ensure that if you're using these, you do need to switch them up and edit them around a bit. It's not the best approach, but it is a free approach that you can use in the beginning. But again, you can't just rip somebody's Creative Commons video and use that as your video graphics. It won't work. Again, you need to do something to it. More on this in a future lecture. You also need to make sure that it actually has the Creative Commons public use allowed license. Sometimes videos do and sometimes they don't. So always make sure you're sorting for that to make sure and checking the description at the bottom to make sure it says Creative Commons allowed. And always remember that just simply uploading somebody else's video, whether it be Creative Commons or elsewhere, is against YouTube's policies and probably will not let you get monetized, right? Now, if it's a Creative Commons video, You can use that, like I said, but you need to enhance it. You need to edit it around and you need to add your own spice to it. You can't simply re-upload the same video. Now, alternatively, you could also create video graphics using images. You can download pictures from search engines like Google or other stock photo websites. And it's essential to keep the pace of your pictures and transitions very quick to maintain viewer engagement. Now, if you're concerned about using images, then you can use royalty-free websites so that you don't run into any issues like Pexels, Pixabay, and the list goes on and on. There's a lot of other ones out there, and that will allow you to access high-quality images without copyright concerns. Although the slideshow and fast picture transition approach, while it did work well in the past, it is kind of getting a little played out and people are getting used to it. So I wouldn't necessarily recommend going that route, but I just wanted to outline it because you will see some of these videos on YouTube. Now, a notable software that can greatly assist you in creating these videos, whether they're with picture slideshows, whether they're with animated B-roll, is called Pictory. Now, we will cover this a lot in another lecture. Pictory is a game changer if you're trying to start a YouTube automation channel. But this software essentially takes your video script and pairs it with relevant images and relevant B-roll that is already on stock photo websites and stock video websites, and then creates a video for you automatically with that voiceover and engaging B-roll on top. Automatically, right? You don't have to do anything. You just let the software run for you. And this makes the process significantly more efficient, takes your time out of the equation. And while it is a paid software, it's a lot cheaper than outsourcing it to a freelancer, especially in the beginning when you're testing different video formats, different niches, and different video topics. It's worth considering, and obviously we'll go more in depth in a future lecture on this, but I did want to touch on it. By the end of this course, you'll have a thorough understanding of how to assemble all the relevant pieces that are required to create good faceless YouTube automation videos. So with that being said, let's hop into the next lecture.